Hey, happy Thursday. This is Nancy Blanchard, and you are listening to and watching the AV Life.
Hello from Los Angeles County. I'm Murphy Daly, AV veteran, director of IT project management, and author of several books and more to come. You are joining us for the AV Life.
James King here, and I don't know what I do, but anything with HETMA, Higher Ed AV, Google me, you'll find me, and you are watching and listening to the AV Life.
And I'm your host, Tim Van Wert, and I know what I'm doing here. I'm leading you through this crazy podcast on a Tuesday, Nancy.
Today's Tuesday, that's
right. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're still all adjusting to our new Tuesday recording schedule, so I'm sorry for that. And you are watching and listening to the AV Life. All right. So here we are. We are here. Yes, it is Tuesday as we were recording this. And welcome back to the AV Life. We have a couple of great guests with us tonight. We are going to be talking a little bit about some upcoming events, free events that are coming up. We will probably stress that multiple times for our listening audience out there. These are free events coming up for our higher ed folk. So let's get right to it. First off, a multi-time visitor here to the AV Life, and you all know her, and especially with her involvement with HETMA and all the other things that she does on a daily basis. Erin Maher-Moran, how are you, Erin?
Hi, Tim. Thanks for having me here. It's always good to be on the AV Life.
Well, we're always glad to have you back. You doing well tonight?
Can't complain. It's actually my wedding anniversary. So
we are so glad you took the time out to come in and spend it with us, and a little bit of time at least.
Right. You guys see where my priorities are. I've been married for 14 years now, so whatever. It's all about higher ed.
Well, thank your husband for us that he's sparing a few hours. And also we have from us Cindy. I know you've been on the AV Life. Actually, this is the first time I think with me as host, but you do have history with us here at the AV Life going back to Corey, I believe. Cindy Davis. Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be on this side of things for change. I've been moderating so many new era AVIT webcasts, and I'm usually moderating. So thank you for inviting me, and I'm really happy to be on this side.
Well, we're glad to provide that opportunity. Yes, welcome. We're glad to have you here. And yes, I've been on the other side with you, Cindy, on several occasions where I've been the one with you as the host. I'm glad to be here as the host as well. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the HETMA Roadshow. We're gonna talk a little bit about the AVIT Summit that's coming up as well. I asked our guests, but I'm gonna reach out to the crew. How are we all doing tonight?
Peachy Keen.
It's a good day.
It's a good day.
It's a good day. I feel like I need like some sort of flashing logo. It's like, it's a good day. It's a good day.
You do.
You gotta take them when you got them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wait,
all right.
I'm quoting that wrong. Wasn't it you're supposed to smoke them when you? No.
Well, I mean, depending on the state you're in.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Seize the day, no matter what, right? Seize the day.
Exactly.
Well, you know what? To be clear, it's a good day, not just in the abstract, but yesterday I spent the day with my brother, his wife, and his son, whom I have not met since his son was born, because my brother lives in Beijing and has married a lovely Chinese woman and has a lovely son whom I've never met. The child was born right before COVID. So, yeah. So I
recall you talking about him.
Yeah. So it finally happened. I met little Joseph. He's adorable. And I saw my brother, and my brother, He's like, I have missed American food so bad. So I put him up in a nice hotel down the way, and they had a breakfast buffet. Yes, he did miss it. He was going to eat all of it right then. I'm like, that is a way to maximize that buffet. So he had American breakfast. He's like, oh, I've missed American food so much. It's like I was trying to make hamburgers in Beijing. It just wasn't working. So I'm like, here you go. Waffles.
Waffles
sausage,
are the answer.
Bacon, all the things. He had all of them. So I'm like, good to see you.
That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, I got to actually my dad and my wife and son and I all got to hang out on Sunday, so that was a good day. And the weather was beautiful too, so that helped out as well. So yeah, this is a lot of good things happening. So to kind of move things along here tonight, we're going to jump right into the PM minute, and then we'll get into our upcoming events. So yes, we're diving in. We're going deep. So take it away, Murphy.
In the category of good day. Now, I've been a project manager for a while. I'm a good one. I could tell you all kinds of ways to be a project manager and handle projects, and I do bring it up here in the PM minute. And one of the things that a project manager has to do is anticipate the things that might go wrong and come up with a remediation plan. How can we avoid it? What are we going to do if it happens? And that takes some time. But as a project manager, I do not want to lose sight of when things are going great. Let them rip. Get the momentum down the straight road. If things are going well, go. Don't get in the way of success. You know, have the remediation plans. Go ahead and be like, okay, what are we going to do if this happens? What are we going to do if that's happening? And let that cook. But if things are going well, don't stop success. Let the people who are doing their work focus on their work, do their work, get out of the way. If it's going great, let it happen.
Throw out the rule book, right?
Well, it's not throughout the rule book. It's like this correct impulse of thinking of what could go wrong and coming up with a remediation plan or coming up with plans or plan B or whatever is a good thing to do. That's for the project manager to do. But I don't want to interrupt the people who are working plan A successfully and stop them from doing their successful work to go, but what if? I can do the what if, and I got a small little, okay, what if this? But let success go. Let it go. Run with it when it happens.
Ride the wave, essentially. Like if there's good momentum, ride the wave and let it go. All right.
That's my thought today.
And have your safety vest in the background just in case.
Yeah. Have things, but don't stop success. Very light touch of, okay, just keep in touch with me if anything goes wrong, and I'll come up with my plans over here. But keep going. I'll check in, but I'm not going to stop you. Keep going. This is great.
And I know we've talked about it before, but with like student workers and stuff like that. But I felt like those were my student workers this summer. They took off with the projects and they ran with it. And everything was working fine. They were following procedure. Everything was getting done. And we were ahead of schedule. And I was like, okay, go. Like, it's like, are we doing okay? Yes, you're doing fine. Go, go, go. So yeah.
Right.
Let's drop the reins and let them go.
It doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, be prepared to take advantage.
How often do you get into projects that you're iterating and really can make a better mousetrap at the end?
Constantly. Like how often? All of the time. All of the often. I'm always working on and that's the thing too. Another way to successfully get out of the way of success is to have very quick remediation plans to deploy as oh, we've got we've got the play to run for when things don't go well. So we don't need to rehearse it. My team, my project team, they know, oh, we're going to do this now. And so they don't have to, you know, worry about it because we know that plan. Okay. We're iterating to get to there and get better and better at that all the time. But that's the point, is to pay attention during the project, after the projects. I am so proud of us that we do lessons learned like crazy, because that doesn't always happen. But in my department, we have like really nailed the lessons learned thing to go, okay, how did it go and how can we make it better? So that we've all talked about it, the whole project team, not just the PMs, but the people doing the work. And we know like, oh yeah, we talked about that. Let's make sure to do it. Let's implement that. So we don't have to fully rehash it every time. Like, you know, this happened before. What did we do then? No, we talked about that. We wrote it down. So that's how I endeavor to reiterate, to perfect the better mousetrap, Cindy. That's what I try for.
And I'm sure you have several projects going on at any given time.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. That's if you didn't have several, you wouldn't need a full-time person doing projects. Maybe just, oh, there's this one guy who also does this. Like, no, there's projects and they do all of them. Anyway, yeah. So
Projects on projects on projects on projects.
yeah. And have a system to work it out. So if it's going good, keep it going.
Nice.
Makes me miss my project manager.
That's good to hear. You had a good one. They're worth their weight in gold.
Absolutely.
I would love if I could just focus on as being a project manager. That would be wonderful if I could just do that. When you gotta wear the engineer, project, and administrator hats all at the same time, that's when the juggling becomes more difficult.
Maybe you can get a guy. Maybe.
If there was budget money, I would get a guy or girl. Yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's always the problem, is the budget.
Yeah.
So
it's real.
And honestly, actually, if I had the budget, I'd probably get the technician so I could focus on the project management and the administrative. Those two things I could handle, no problem. It's then stepping back into the engineer technical role to then be like, okay, I gotta, because that requires me being away from my desk and meeting. Not that I don't like meeting with vendors, but there's other parts that come along with that part. And if I could focus on the desk stuff, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I have to say, when I was brought into Future 2 years ago, I did a lot of content and content marketing as my own business, my sole business. And then I joined Future and I got a project manager. It's like, oh my gosh. It was amazing. And how much more I could accomplish by having a project manager who could really just take all those details and shape them, and I could get a lot more accomplished. It was amazing.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
All right. Well, nicely done, Murphy, as always.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So as we kind of alluded to a little bit earlier, we have a couple things coming up, and HETMA is starting off their big road show, and the kickoff location is down in Baltimore with Erin. And Erin, you want to talk a little bit about that and where we're going, and also, since you are vice chair of HETMA, you could also speak to the larger plan as well, and people don't need to listen to me talk. So
yeah, it kind of the whole roadshow concept had sort of like started as like a little idea that'd be like, wouldn't it be cool if, and kind of just, you know, a little idea that kind of grew and grew, and suddenly it was like, we're doing it. And then it was like, okay, cool, let's plan this, let's get this ready. And it was like, no, we're gonna do it now. So, because I mean, that's the Joe way. Like, that's,
Oh,
there's
the
no
the Joe
halfway,
way.
the Joe way. So it was basically like, well, I'm going to be on the East Coast in DC that week. So, like, when this is done, let's do this. And then Cindy approached us and we were like, let's do all the things. So it was just kind of like the timing just worked out great. And so, you know, and then it was like, what is this going to look like? Because in the term roadshow sort of is a little misleading, at least for these first few events. Because I know my event in Baltimore, it's going to be at the Diamondback Brewing Company, because my campus is not easily accessible, between all of the construction that's going on campus. The parking's terrible, or it costs a ton of money. And we wanted to make sure that this was an event that all higher ed people in the area could attend, because they didn't, you know, they didn't have to worry about, you know, do we have the budget for this, or can we, you know, I wouldn't expect anybody to have to pay for parking out of pocket. So I was like, all right, I need to find a location that's easily accessible off of some highways, that is open on Tuesdays, because didn't really think about the fact that Mondays and Tuesdays tend to be event spaces weekend. Since they're busy Saturday, Sunday, they tend to close Monday, Tuesday. So finding a place that was open, that was, you know, had a good location, free parking and stuff. But Diamondback has been fantastic to work with, and I'm super excited to get to try their beers, because they've got lots of delicious beers on their menu. And we're gonna have some, they do like artisan pizzas, so we're gonna have some delicious pizza, and just get to hang out with other higher ed AV professionals. And we're gonna have some of our local manufacturer reps and integrators and vendors there to chitty chat with us. So it should be a lot of fun. That, and the first stop is sponsored by Sharp NEC and Shure. Wanted to make sure I give them a shout out while I was on here.
Of course, and most definitely. Yeah, I was gonna say you're making me want to almost hop in the car and drive 5 hours down to Baltimore so that way I could be there, but having to then turn around and come right back up. And I know you guys are doing it, you two are doing it
Yeah,
kind of as well. So
it's gonna be a quick turnaround.
yeah, it's gonna be a quick turnaround. So if I need to be the energetic one on the next day on August the 2nd at the AV IT Summit, then I could do that. So I'll also bring, if I need to bring coffee, I'll bring coffee. So
Yeah,
well, actually, I'm
just
sure there'll
hoping
be
that Joe's energy just rubs off on me. So I'll be like, like, I guess the key is to just not stop. So as long as we just keep the party rolling, we'll, you know, we'll take the train into New York and bring the energy with us.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, keep moving forward. That's what you got to do. Just keep moving forward, and then it'll be fine. So, and then yeah, as then I alluded to, I'm heading right off to Cindy and the AVIT Summit on Wednesday, August the 2nd.
And first, Erin, I don't think you will need any energy that's rubbed off from anyone. I think you'll be coming fully supplied with your own energy levels. Quite sure of that. And thank you. So AVIT Summit is going to be at the UBS Arena on August 2nd. And I have to note that when I first approached Joe and Erin about this, it was quite a while ago, and I don't think anybody was really thinking like first, second. Well, there was no overlap, and my apologies. And thank you so much, because you guys really went out on a limb and change your date, because we really couldn't change our date. So you're doing, I think Joe's doing the DC, you're doing Baltimore, and then you're all going to be at the UBS Arena in just outside of New York City on the 2nd, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm really hoping that several other HETMA and higher ed folks join us. We're going to have a really great session. So Erin, Joe, and Tim are all going to be on a panel, and we're going to have 2 additional guest speakers that will be a surprise on that day. And we're really going to be talking about higher ed 2024, campus technology of tomorrow, because we're already well into tomorrow. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be 4 panels, not all higher ed, and we're going to end the day, which I think is going to be really interesting for a lot of people, is called the Technology on Ice. So you're going to get to have a tour of all the technology areas at the arena. They've got the largest scoreboard, I believe they said, in New York, all of New York.
I would,
so
yeah, I venture New York is a safe bet on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And have you been?
So I have not been for a hockey game yet. I did go see Imagine Dragons back there about a little over a year ago. And it's a wonderful facility. And it's, for those who are aware, it's the New York area's newest arena. So out of all the ones that have been built, like between the Prudential Center and all the upgrades that Madison Square Garden has gone through, UBS is the newest of them all. So if you want to talk about latest arena technology, that is the one where you want to see that. So
yep, and that's why we're going. The last 2 years we were at Citi Field, and thought we'd change it up and go to UBS this time, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So really looking forward to having you guys on the panel, and lots of anybody who's going to be coming. Bring your questions, pepper these guys with questions. Get that engagement going.
Exactly. Like come prepared, be ready. And historically, Cindy, this has always been a wonderful event. Even from going back to the ones I've been to at Citi Field. And this is not just for the higher ed folk. This is also we have all of our other AV tweeps that show up.
Yep.
Not that I would be a little bit of a downer, but it was the first and last time I saw John Green was at that event.
Yeah.
So that was so it's got bittersweet memories for me in that respect. So this event holds a special place in my heart just because of all those memories that I have from going there. And because I'm a baseball fan too, being at Citi Field and getting to go see those backstage type stuff is cool.
Well, I won't be mentioning that.
I'm a Yankee fan. You got to get to Yankee Stadium though.
Or
don't give me the thumbs down there, Erin. This is my area. This is my region.
And I don't believe that that the Red Sox have that Fenway really has too much technology in there just yet.
Yeah, Fenway's pretty well. Although Camden Yards would be pretty cool if you could get down to Baltimore.
That would be pretty cool. I'd like something in this area.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's Yankee Stadium. That's why. There you go.
You can't change the scoreboard, the manual scoreboard in Fenway ever.
No. So I did go as a fan of baseball. I did attend a Red Sox game. I sat there in plain clothes and didn't cheer on anybody. I just enjoyed watching baseball. And knowing that you're in like because it's a historical monument, if you ask me, to baseball. The old Yankee Stadium was like that as well. But yeah, this is the Fenway has a special place for us baseball fans. However you want to look at it.
Maybe I'll get them to do the next one in Atlanta at Mercedes Stadium. I've been to that.
There you go.
That is amazing.
There you go. All right, for all of our Atlanta AV tweeps, there you go. Well, you gotta get that going for Cindy down there.
But August 2nd.
By August 2nd, yes.
Anybody that's in the New York tri-state area, please actually this way, right there.
There it is.
Right, register at avitsummit.com, and I hope to see you guys.
Yeah. And as a reminder, so Cindy, for all end users, this is a free event, correct?
It's absolutely free.
So yeah,
And
so
believe
go
the
to
DJ.
and yeah, and you get fed. So yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Drinks at the end too.
Ooh.
See,
Wow.
and
It's a
also
party.
the roadshow is also free, Erin, too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll have the link for the Eventbrite for the roadshow available. Are you still are you still accepting? Is there a deadline for the
Nope, we're until we hit our full point, we're still accepting registration.
Okay, well there you go. And then yeah, and so an AVIT summit for that one as well. So I wish I had the I wish we had the what is it, like the tube, the what was Elon's tube thing called?
Elon's tube.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah, that I'm so
Yeah, in
One of those
Vegas. I have no
bullet
idea what it's
I'm
called.
called.
the jet
I got. Yeah, I know what you're
the
talking about. I got it.
Jetsons thing, like the tube, and you go and if yeah, anyway. I
It's
don't
now
know
just
why
called X, I think.
it's everything's X. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. If I had that, I would like just zip on down there,
loop.
down and the loop. There you go. They are, you know what? They are trying to do something like a dedicated transit area here in New Jersey for when the World Cup comes here in 2026. So that's, I just saw that at nj.com the other day. So that's pretty exciting to get people around with New York and MetLife Stadium, which will be one of the stadiums that they'll be playing the games in. So they're gonna have to move a lot of people around, and they if there was a match between Manchester United and Arsenal here at MetLife just this last weekend, and they broke the attendance record for the stadium, over 82,000 fans,
Wow.
and it was a madhouse for traffic, they said. So
Yeah.
if that's any indication, they need to get that up and running for 2026 for a World Cup, because it's
And-
going to be even crazier.
And that'll really benefit New Jersey overall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it will. So, and they've got a lot of construction projects going on here, and like they're trying, there's the Gateway Bridge and Tunnel that they're working on too. That's supposed to help with the trains and everything. So, that's coming up down the pipe. That got federal funding to get that done. So yeah, there's always some sort of construction happening here in New Jersey. So, like, it just never ends.
Right? It's
Speaking of things
like
never
the-
ending,
Oh,
my
sorry.
time here must end. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Thank you for being part of the show, but I gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye,
Take
Murph.
care, Murphy.
Bye, Murphy.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
But I'd imagine, as they say, that there's 4 seasons: fall, winter, spring, and construction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Vegas, it's just always construction.
Yeah.
Well, I bet,
Always.
especially with the Formula One stuff getting set up.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a
Oh
mess.
yeah.
that's a madhouse right now. A lot of people complaining about that. Knock on wood, I don't have to deal with it, so it's nice. But there's construction wherever you look. There's. It's funny enough was when I was out here for my interview, I was asking about the construction, and the committee was telling me like our Nevada safe bird is the orange traffic cone.
Yeah. All right.
Always construction.
Sorry, I'm being
It's a good thing.
distracted
When
by
you-
it. Yeah.
When you have construction, I mean, you look at the Spear, everyone's talking about that. So it's
Oh, yeah.
really good that when you can do big projects like that in a place like this.
So you've seen it up close and personal. Well, up close. You don't need to see it
Kind
up
of.
close.
Kind of. I have not seen it truly lit. And with my own eyes, I've seen the daytime, which they run like a greenish and a magenta show on the panels. I actually don't know why. I should research that. But they during the day, and then around like 4 or 5 o'clock, they're supposed to start the more videos that you've seen online. But I haven't seen those yet. But from my office, when I can actually see the spear, but when I'm at home, I can't.
So interesting. The Luxor can be seen from space, right? Is it the Luxor?
I
Maybe.
I believe so. The
That's
light
the
can be
spear, yeah.
Yeah.
the
So I
light can be
wonder-
seen. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if you can see the spear.
I'm
probably-
sure that thing is pretty bright.
I was gonna say, if you made it all white and then just
you
let
could
it,
see it.
yeah, I'm sure you could.
The inside looks pretty cool. I'm starting to see videos of the inside, and that's going to be pretty cool.
Well, we're gonna get like full coverage from Joe Way when he goes to see you two in there. So
Yeah.
Oh.
So I actually talked to someone who knows people on the project, and the story is that when they're running concerts and shows, they're supposed to have a camera that's showing it on the outside as well, of what's going on inside.
Oh,
So-
that's
Concert.
be interesting.
Yeah, so that'd be pretty cool if that's actually true. I don't know it is, but we'll see.
Now that you said that, James, so on the news earlier tonight, there Taylor Swift was playing in Seattle, and this person recorded from their apartment. They were just where their apartment is located. It's right there, so they got a free Taylor Swift concert. So you think about that, like you said, if they're going to have it on the outside, then
You could probably not hear it though. I mean, you're not going to hear what's going on. You're just going to see it.
yeah. But okay, so here's a good question I thought about when I was reading the article yesterday, and I retweeted it, and same on LinkedIn, and they were talking about, like how many speakers there are and the audio and things. What is that going to be like for people that are experiencing it with the hearing? Like, are you going to have to wear earplugs so your hearing's not
no.
affected? Because I mean, now all of a sudden you got it all around you. It's not just that it's facing you and you're, getting the vibration and things. And that's all of a sudden what I thought is,
Aren't there some regulations around that though?
There might be. There gotta be. But I think the stat that kind of shook me was listening to the AV week where Tim Albright was talking about it, and he was saying, we all know like a normal DSP file, like for even for a vet, you compile it goes pretty quickly. For the spear, when you hit compile for the DSP file, 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, that got to be some kind of processing file if it's taken 2 hours for a DSP to compile it.
I can't even.
That's going to be nuts. I definitely want one of these days. I'll get in there. Probably not the first year, unless a vendor wants to sponsor. AV Life show recording in the spear.
That would be awesome.
But
It's
we
like,
all
how do
have
we
to go
make
there.
that happen?
I want to go there too.
Hey, we need a West Coast AVIT summit. There we go.
We had one actually. Well, actually, I've done them had them in San Diego and Denver.
Oh, Vegas is your
and
next
also
stop.
San Jose.
Vegas is your next stop, right?
bring it to San Jose and I'll come see you.
All right. San Jose was great location actually.
Yeah.
I would imagine CES is going, the Sphere is going to be pretty busy around CES.
When is CES?
Oh, beginning of January, just right
Oh,
after
yeah.
that first week.
Yeah.
I'll be there. I've gone for the
Yeah.
past 2 years on my own, just because I wanted to see it and experience it and see. What I really like is where they sort of have like the pavilion of startup companies and countries that are, countries that support them.
Right.
And you get to see the technology that may make it, may not make it, but
Mhm.
it's great because I used to get with consultants, them asking me about different technology. Well, coming back from there, I could say, hey, you know what? Actually, I saw this company and you might want to check them out.
Mhm.
So I thought it was really good, but
I covered it as press for 10 years. Whew.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, it's I miss it for the show. I don't miss it as I literally no, you can't get into a cab. As you know, it's spread out all over Vegas. So I literally run from the North Hall to like the MGM and then back to the South Hall. So that part I don't miss, but boy, what a fun show.
Yeah. I mean, that's a problem with Vegas. You can't get to anywhere quickly. Like it takes you like an hour just to get out of the hotel.
That's true. Yeah, I will say that was like the one downside of like doing all the prep work and everything like that for HETMA last year at Vegas Infocom was just walking back and forth and back and forth. Sometimes it was just a lot. Like, and that's not just in the convention or like getting to the convention, but yeah, like you said, getting out of the hotel or like anything like that.
Well, I think Vixen needs to work on an AV Tweeps tour of the Sphere.
Oh yeah.
Here.
There you go. Yep.
I think so.
I'd imagine
See,
that tour would have quite a high premium on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it'd probably fill up quick.
oh yeah. I would pay for that. I think I would pay for that tour. Like, I feel like I'd actually pay for that one.
I think I would too.
It'd be worth it.
As long as I get to go up there with a microphone and talk over in the just to hear how it sounds.
I think all of us, yeah.
Yeah. Choose your words wisely. What do you want to hear yourself say? Or do we tell it like we tell our faculty members, you're not going to hear yourself speak. So
Is that what you say?
oh yeah, because well, that's the thing. Well, without getting too far off, is that at least that's how we design our rooms, is that it's voice lift. It's supposed, so you're not supposed to really hear yourself,
Yeah.
unless it's fully jacked up all the way. But where we set the limit, like you barely hear yourself, but you're not supposed to hear yourself. It's for your students, not for you. So
That's I think is as a society, I think it has been a misunderstanding. Like I even had an event recently where they were talking on the mic and they're like, is this thing on? I'm like, yes, it's not supposed to sound amplified to you.
Yeah.
It's just the people in the back are supposed to hear it as a normal talking voice to you.
mhm.
Don't
Yeah.
tap the mic.
Oh,
Is this thing
Yeah.
on?
Like, no.
I'm just thinking of those that enjoy hearing themselves talk.
Well,
A lot of higher ed professors do love to hear themselves talk.
Like, man, you just put a downer into their lecture.
Yeah, go back.
All right, I think we'll start wrapping things up here. I'm gonna thank Cindy and Erin for joining us here tonight and talking about these two great events that we got coming up. Erin, if anybody wanted to reach out to you with any questions, where's the best way to find you out there on the socials and otherwise?
Yes, you can find me on LinkedIn or on Twitter at Smearin_off_ice, or you can catch me monthly on AV Nation's EdTech podcast.
I'm gonna let you promote that podcast on my podcast, but no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, Tim's one of my favorites, so I can't knock that. So yeah, I know. And Cindy, same thing for you. Where can people find you with any questions regarding AVIT Summit and other things going future?
Well, if it's about the summit, just email me directly at cindy.davis@futurenet.com. And I'm on Twitter or X at cindydavis_AVIT, or you can find me on LinkedIn.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us again, Nancy and James. Thank you so much for you guys regularly being here with me and making this an awesome show. And one more time, look for the Eventbrite link as part of this episode. HigherEdAV.com, best website to go find our stuff. And then avitsummit.com for the AVIT Summit. It's free. Register, be there, have a good time. And as I always say, till our next adventure.
Thank you.